All right. Good evening, everyone. I know this is very last minute, and I apologize. I just want to go ahead and quickly, well, first shout out my one of my subscribers, Ancient Queen, for bringing this to my attention. So I know everyone was waiting for the details on the case as to why JaShyah ran away in the first place. So I won't waste any time. I'll go ahead and start the video so you all can see. So give me 1 second. Let me go ahead and share my screen. All right, let's see. Thank you, all of you, for joining me. Again, I know it was very last minute. Just want to bring you guys this update really quickly. Okay, so here we go. Here's the latest video into the details as to why she ran away.
The mother of a 14-year-old who was missing for almost a month has been arrested.
She did not run away. She did not run away. She was abducted. That's right.
JaShyah Moore rallied community help to find her daughter, JaShyah. But now she's facing allegations of child abuse. JaShyah went missing from East Orange, New Jersey on October 14th and was found safe in Manhattan, New York, almost a month later.
It appears that JaShyah was a runaway.
Rather than returning the 14-year-old home, both JaShyah and her 3-year-old brother have been removed from her mother's custody, according to authorities. Pix 11 reports the teen told law enforcement her mother allegedly sprayed her with bleach and stabbed her in the shoulder, leaving a visible laceration. JaShyah was also not being sent to school, prosecutors say.
With regard to school, it also does not appear that she was registered in a school at present or at the time that she left home.
Essex County Prosecutor's Office announced JaShyah Moore was charged with 2 counts of second-degree endangering the welfare of a child. The endangering charges include allegations of physical abuse and also neglect. JaShyah Moore has not entered a plea to these charges and is in custody pending a court appearance. Before JaShyah was found, the reward for information on her location had risen to $20,000. This is Inside Edition Digital.
Let's go ahead and watch one more video.
The mother of a 14-year-old who was missing for almost a month has been arrested.
All right, so I also want to go into the details that were in the article, which provide a little bit more details as to what happened. So it's saying that the complaint noted that the mother allegedly abused the teen by spraying bleach in her eyes, pulling her braids out, striking her in the head with a frying pan, striking her with blue hangers, striking her with a broom handle. It also said that there was a charge that her mother blocked the child's air passages at one point, placing her knees on her neck and back, causing her to struggle to breathe, and striking her repeatedly with hands and knees. And let's see. So it said after being questioned by NYPD police officers, JaShyah opened up about her unhappy home life. Her mother was taking part in the search party in East Orange at the time and said she fell to her knees when learning her daughter was found unharmed. So even that, it's like, were you falling to your knees? Were you crying all of that because of guilt, or did you think that you were going to be exposed? Again, this is just a lot. Let me see if I can look into another article and see if it goes into more details. And honestly, even if it doesn't go into more details, this alone is just, it's a lot. There's no reason why you should be spraying bleach in your child's eyes, hitting her on the head with the frying pan. And honestly, if you have to do all of this in order to be a parent, maybe you shouldn't be a parent. Maybe her kid, not maybe, her parents, her children don't deserve her as a mother. There's no reason at all that in order for you to parent, you have to be physical with the child. There's absolutely no excuse for that, especially to the point that her child is struggling to breathe. Let's see. And so now basically JaShyah as well as her 3-year-old brother are now in the care of the state. So let me see who's on the call. See if anybody's on here. All right, so thank you so much, Olivia. And again, thank you guys so much for joining me at the last minute. I know this is very last minute, but I definitely appreciate you taking the time to join. So what does everyone think? I mean, I know that a lot of us were, I know me, I can speak for myself. I definitely was waiting to hear more details before jumping to conclusions, but let me tell you something. The level of details in this complaint, no child is going to go to this extreme to detail these accounts if this was not true. So at this point, I'm definitely feeling like this mother, she knew what time it was. She knew what she was doing. All those fake tears or whatever she was doing, the show she was putting on, it was all because she was afraid about being exposed. And that's all it boils down to. You were afraid that you were going to be exposed, and that's why you wanted to find your daughter. And for those who are just joining, like I said again, if you have to be physical towards a child to get them to listen to you or to be compliant, you should not be a parent. That is completely unacceptable, period. And I hope she does not get her kids back. But in the same breath, I also hope that her children are placed into a healthy foster care system, because we all know the foster care system also isn't the best option. So I'm praying that a lot of resources are provided for both of these children. The son, he's 3 years old and he has to go through this. Who knows if they're even going to be put in the same foster home. So it's just so many things and so many, long-term effects that can come from this. The fact that she, even JaShyah, the fact that like she was all over the news, I'm sure she didn't expect it to even like turn out like this. This is a child who thought that her mother didn't even care about her. So it's like, damn, you don't care about me. You're hitting me, but now I'm all over the national news because you're trying to act like you care. So it's just, this is a lot. It's odd that her mother would behave like she was devastated, knowing she has done all this to her daughter. She should have had an idea why her child left. Exactly. All of that. I don't know why she left. My child would never leave. No, ma'am, your child would leave because look at how you're treating her. This is crazy. Let me see. I'm gonna go ahead and drop the link. If anyone wants to join in on the chat, I'm not gonna hold you guys too long tonight. But again, I just wanted to bring this to everyone's attention because I was upset. I was pissed. I'm not gonna lie to you when I saw these details. It's unacceptable. If anyone wants to join the live chat just to kind of like give their opinion on the situation, you're more than welcome. Again, you don't have to show your face. Exactly. What was the GoFundMe for? So apparently, and thank you to my followers who sent me the link for the GoFundMe. So it actually is still active. And so the GoFundMe link apparently was for the search efforts for flyers, for I guess flyers and I guess media coverage, social media coverage. I'm not sure, but that's what they stated that the GoFundMe was for. Exactly. Body language speaks volumes. You were not crying. You definitely weren't crying. Talisha says she probably thought she could put gear. Oh, yep. She probably thought she could put fear in her. Exactly. Once again, that's not the way to put fear into a child. What happened to the structure way of discipline? Okay, I'll take your cell phone, or you can't go to your friend's house, or you're grounded for a month. What happens to things like that? And then to going back to the school thing. So it turns out that she wasn't sending her child to school. So again, that was a parent-made decision. You did not send your child to school. And even with that, I'm wondering, did you not send her to school because you thought she was going to expose you? Everything goes back to the exposure. What is the reason why you were not sending your child to school? Yep, no school. She was not in school. Not in school at all. Exactly my point. The level of details. It's one thing to say, oh, my mom was hitting me, or my mom was being mean, or my mom was cussing at me. No, your mother sprayed bleach, hit you in the head, had her knees on your neck to the point that you almost couldn't breathe. What if that little girl accidentally died? What would she be saying then? You get what I'm saying? It's like, it should never go to that extreme. Thank you, Dr. Nijay. Let's see. All right, let's see. Thank you, Beverly. Let's see. Thank you for your support, Audrey. Appreciate you subscribing. Thank you, Olivia. Hello. Hello, Pinky. All right, so Tamika says, I have a 16-year-old and just taking her phone away is enough to hurt her. So all that putting hands on her is a no-no. Definitely a no-no and uncalled for. So they did say in one of the articles that she did have bruises on her. See if I can find that article. Educational neglect, absolutely. Let's see. And this is my biggest thing. I hope they don't separate them. And then the messed up part about it is, as crazy as this situation is, and as much as I'm sure JaShyah wanted to get away, I'm sure that even as a big sister, again, I don't know if you remember in the previous news clips, they talked about how close she was to her brother. So you can only imagine, like, this is a 14-year-old who's still trying to process everything. You can only imagine, like, the level of guilt that she may eventually feel about, having her little brother affected by the situation as well. And if they are, in fact, separated, again, you can imagine the level of guilt that JaShyah is going to feel as a big sister. And at some point, she's going to feel like this happened because of her. And that's the sad part. So again, going back to the resources that the article stated that they were going to provide for JaShyah, I hope that she goes into immediate counseling. I hope they put her into school. I hope that they don't even consider taking this mother back. Hopefully she'll get the time that she deserves for doing this. And I wonder if the little boy is actually going to be able to attest to any of this. Again, he is 3 years old, so I know he may not be able to remember, or maybe she hid it from him. Maybe she didn't do it around the little boy. You just never know. Yep, she was mad because she got her stepfather fired. That was her breadwinner. You know what? That's a good point. That's a good point. A lot of these women choose these men over their kids. That could also be a situation. She may have been upset because she got the stepfather fired, which is crazy. Because if that is a situation, how are you going to be upset at your child getting someone fired that was abusing you and your daughter? So the stepfather, who was an ex-cop, was abusing the mother, and he also punched JaShyah in the face 2 times. So how could you even get upset at your child for actually looking out for you as well as her well-being? So Talisha, the aunt, again, this is very fresh. This is exactly why I'm kind of just speaking off the dome right now and just bringing it to you kind of raw. One of my subscribers, Ancient Queen, she actually just brought it to my attention. So as of right now, the aunt has not come out. I'm very curious to see what the aunt is going to say. I know in the last live, we were trying to figure out if the aunt was if the aunt was the mother's sister or if the aunt was from the father's side. I haven't heard anything about biological father. So I'm not even sure if the aunt even knew that any of this was going on. Yep, no reports of the biological father. Let's see. So again, Olivia, I'm not sure of the extent of the relationship between the aunt and the mother. For all we know, they probably didn't even get along. Who knows? Because like I said, in the video footage, the aunt to me appeared more distraught over the situation than the mother. So who knows if they were even on the same page or if they even were in communication. This could have been the very situation that even caused them to talk to one another. You just never know. You just never know. Some of these parents are plagued and pestilence. Different devils bring different. I like that. Definitely. Definitely. Yeah, she had enough. She felt better on the streets, and it tells everything we needed to know. I'm glad her and her brother are good now. And that's definitely, like, if a child feels safer on the streets than in their home, that speaks volumes. That speaks a high level of volumes. See, poor child. Poor child. What kind of mother does that? Correction. What kind of female exactly? Because she's definitely not a mother. Definitely not a mother. Yep. They say she was stabbed in the shoulder, had an open wound in her shoulder. That's crazy. Let's see. Thank God she was found safe, even as a runaway. Anything could have happened to her. God was definitely protecting her. She was definitely protecting her. And I'm sure that it wasn't easy for JaShyah to convey the truth to authorities, because as crazy as her mother is, that's still her mother. And I believe that in some way deep down, a girl wants their mother. So I believe in some way she may have still been trying to protect her mother. But it just got to the point where it's like everything's so out in the open. She probably just decided to just come out with everything. Okay, so Tamika says, I heard that they do keep the siblings together, especially in circumstances like this. Okay, so that's thank you for letting me know that. That's okay. I'm happy about that. And I hope that does turn out in that way. And again, not just keeping them together, but making sure that they're not being put into another situation where she may feel the need to have to run away. That's another aspect of the whole situation. A lot of foster kids end up running away because they don't like their situation. So, now we have to think about that. So living single. So thank God the stepfather didn't harm the young lady. So Correction. He didn't harm her in this incident. So he wasn't responsible for her running away. Well, I'm not going to say he wasn't responsible, but she didn't speak of him harming her in the report. However, keep in mind, he was she was getting ready to testify against him for domestic abuse against the mother as well as JaShyah. He punched JaShyah in the face 2 times. So that we do know. So he was abusive towards her from what we know. You can see that she was hurt from the video in the store. She looked like she was limping. Do we know if the stepdad has ever been inappropriate with her? So that hasn't come out. I know there was a young woman that was on the last live. The last live that stated that in the area, she actually lives in the area where JaShyah was missing, and that a lot of people in the neighborhood stated that she ran away from her mother so that her mother would not sell her. Let's see. Oh, listen, one thing about jail, they don't play with child abuse. That's one thing. They don't play about child abuse. And I don't wish bad on anyone, but trust me, she'll get her justice some way or another. Trust me. Thank you, Madeline. I appreciate you. Thanks for joining us this evening. I know it's very last minute, but I definitely appreciate you joining the chat. I agree, Shannon. Initially, I definitely agree. I didn't really have an input. I was trying to stay neutral, but now that a lot of things are coming out, it's very disturbing. It's kind of hard to turn a blind eye towards it. So living single, that is an accusation. I don't want to be the one to say it. I'm not saying that it happened. I'm not saying it didn't. This is just someone who was in the area where JaShyah was from. And you know how most neighborhoods are. A lot of the neighborhood people, they'll know like the reality of what's going on versus what they put in the media. So she actually stated that she was from the area, and the word around town is that JaShyah ran away to stop her mother from continuously trying to sell her. So that hasn't been confirmed. JaShyah didn't state that in the arrest. I'm sorry, the statement that she made to police. She didn't state that. So that is alleged. I don't know if that happened or not. So I don't want to state that as being true. Generational curses, but believe me, society looks at all of us. We have to find a way to let society know Black women are not okay with this nonsense. Exactly. I totally agree with that. Most definitely. Let's see. Yep, Pinky, I talked about that in the last live. The intentionality of her trying not to be discovered it was a lot. Again, this is a 14-year-old. We all know that when we were 14, we cared about how we looked. We cared about our appearance. And for her to just make that drastic change to go as far as cutting all of her hair off, she definitely wanted to go under the radar by any means necessary. Oh, Sakina, do you know them personally by any chance? Or did the news state that? I may have missed it. So Sakina says the aunt is from the mother's side. The aunt is from the mother's side. Let me see if Sakina responded. Okay, let's see. The whole fake Gabby Petito case of it all, trying to garnish public support. This is why the media will claim they don't want to report our missing kids. Distractions. Told you all about that. They pick and choose the token Black girl cases that they want to, put out there into the media to make it seem like it's a level ball game when it really isn't. Because even up until now, we haven't seen anything as big as Gabby Petito. We are still hearing about Gabby Petito. Erica Lewis. So we haven't had any word of a biological father as of yet. So I'm not even sure if he was in the picture, has ever been in the picture, if the mother knows who the father of her child is. We don't know any of that as of yet. Exactly. Your parents and your home is supposed to be a safe haven. It's supposed to be a safe haven. And again, if the streets is more safe than your home, that's telling. Why would she get all these people in an uproar and she knew that child? I think you're trying to say, why would she get all of these people in an uproar knowing basically what she did? Again, I think that she was more so worried, like, dang, she escaped. Now she's going to tell everything. That's what you want in the media crying or fake crying about because you thought you were going to get exposed. That's all it was. What's done in the dark always comes to the light. Trust me. She thought that beating that little girl down was going to keep her quiet. And eventually she caved in and told everything. Okay. So Sakina says, I'm friends with the father's niece. Okay, thank you for that, Sakina. So Sakina did just confirm that the aunt is actually from the mother's side. So I'm assuming that's her sister. I guess that's how that works. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what the aunt has to say about this entire situation. I'm curious as to whether or not the aunt knew this was going on. I doubt it, because if she did, I'm sure she would have intervened in some way. Just going off of the aunt's demeanor, she seemed very, very just genuinely disturbed by the situation. So I'm sure that if the aunt knew, I'm sure she would have tried to intervene in some way or another. So I'm hoping and praying that the aunt didn't know. Let's pray for these kids and pray one of the family will take care of them. That's what I'm hoping. So I think I'm not sure how the whole adoption works, but I'm hoping that they at least try the family first to see if maybe they can do an internal adoption. So what that is basically family members adopting the children as opposed to them having to be sent into an outside foster home. She knew that baby ran away. I thought I heard her sister say she punched her in the face with a closed fist. So I don't remember her saying that I don't remember the sister saying that the mother punched her in the face. I may have missed it. If I did, I apologize. I do remember them saying that the stepfather punched JaShyah in the face 2 times, which is why she was getting ready to testify against him in court. He was abusing her as well as the mother. Okay, let me just make sure I read all these comments. See. All right, so I'm going to wait a little bit to see if anyone wanted to chime in. If not, I'm going to go ahead and sign off. Like I said, I really wanted to just bring you all this news because everyone kept asking me if I heard anything or any updates or any details into the case. So, let's see. All right, and I will add the live chat link one more time in case anyone wants to join. Absolutely. You know what? Hurt people hurt people. Just look at the mother, her eyes alone clearly tell you she's a certified nutcase. Probably her mom wasn't ish either. Hurt people, definitely hurt people. Let's see. Yeah, that to me would never, I don't understand that either. Let's see more. Okay, maybe it was a stepdad. Okay, yep. Let's see. Okay, so Sakina, if you feel comfortable answering this question, one of the subscribers in the chat would like to know how the father feels or if he is active in her life. Great question. So how does the father feel and is he active in her life? No problem, Hot Seat. Thank you for joining. All right, let's see. So I'll wait and see if Sakina responds. So Sakina, I'm not sure if you're still in the chat, but someone wanted to know how the father feels or if he is active in her life. Exactly. And who knows if she's even telling it all. That's the thing. More might eventually come out. You just don't know. I feel like this case is going to go very deep into the rabbit hole. I just have a feeling a lot is going to come out. Okay, so Lydia said normally they reach out to the closest family member and give them a chance as long as they have enough room in their home. Okay, so let's just cross our fingers and hope and pray that at least she gets to stay with family, responsible family members. Okay. I had the side eye. Okay, so Sakina says, and again, guys, this is Sakina Hall. Again, thank you for joining us this evening. She's actually friends with JaShyah Moore's father. So she says she had the side eye when she tried to make it seem like the father was just a father figure to Pix News. So let me see if Sakina answered. So we're still trying to figure out if the biological father, again, we're not talking about the stepfather because the news only mentions the stepfather. And we know that he was getting ready to stand trial for domestic violence. JaShyah is getting ready to, or was about to, I'm not even sure if she's still going to, but testify against him for domestic violence against her as well as her mother. Thank you, KP. I appreciate you. Let's see. Let me just see if, okay, so Sakina hasn't responded yet. All right. So where is the crying auntie? Why wasn't a family member qualified to be the guardian foster kin over JaShyah and her sibling? So T, it is still very good question though, but it is still very early. So hopefully the aunt will step up. I'm praying that she does. She seemed very genuine. Again, we say the body language tells a lot. From my perspective, the aunt seemed very genuine. I'm hoping that she's able to maybe step up and take these children into her home. Just so that, especially so it's a smooth transition. And most importantly, get that little girl into school. So she's 14. Y'all know I'm a teacher. So she's 14. This should be her freshman year of high school. If she's on grade, if she hasn't stayed back. Because again, we don't know how long this abuse has been going on. We don't know how long this child has been out of school. So at 14, you should be entering in your first year of high school. So that's first and foremost. Get this baby a stable home. Get her some counseling. Get her into school. Oh, okay. I thought I turned the super chats on. My Cash App, I'll go ahead and put it in the chat. Thank you, sweetheart. My Cash App is it's very basic. Y'all know I'm simple. So Cash App, Black Girl Unlost. No fancy spelling. Cash App, so $ Black Girl Unlost. For anyone who would like to be generous. I never ask for anything. So if you would love to send a Cash App, thank you. I appreciate that. So Keys, where did she stay while missing? So apparently the news said she was staying at different areas in the New Jersey area. I'm sorry, at different places. Different places within the New Jersey area where she was from. And then for whatever reason, I'm not sure what went wrong at these places in New Jersey. Maybe they told her that they was going to tell the mother where she was at. So she got up out of New Jersey, ended up going to New York, and they eventually found her in Harlem at a domestic violence shelter. So they found her at a shelter. That was her final location. The mother definitely seemed like she had some issues, some internal issues. Let's see. I knew something was up when the mother said she told her in such a loving way to retrace her steps instead of ordering another. She cussed that baby out and possibly abused her. Exactly. That card was not that serious. Listen. Let's see. Okay, Amanda. Okay, so Amanda, thank you for joining us this evening, Amanda. She says, I'm a domestic violence advocate. I wanted to also add that she could have feared for her life being a key witness in his trial. Abusers are more likely to kill after prosecution or the mother kids leave. Definitely. So that's another point. Maybe she could have been running from the stepfather. You just have no idea. This is probably just a sneak peek into the things, because for all we know, the stepfather probably was in this abuse as well. You just never know. Thanks for always supporting, Lucky. I appreciate you. So again, spontaneous. This is something that someone who lives in the surrounding area where JaShyah is from, she said that that's what she heard, but it hasn't been confirmed. So I'm not sure if that's true or not. Holly B says, when children go into foster care, they can go to a family's house, but they have to be sure that it is safe for them to go. Yep. So I'm sure even though they tried internal adoption within the family first, I'm sure that it's, of course, still the same guidelines. The environment has to be safe, has to be clean. The family has to show some level of stability. financial stability, emotional stability, to make sure that they're actually healthy enough, financially stable enough to even care for these children. Okay, Sakina says, honestly, from what I know, okay, so the question that Sakina is answering right now, guys. So for those of you who are wondering what Sakina is talking about, someone asked the question, is the father active in JaShyah's life? This is the biological father that we're talking about. Sakina knows the biological father. So her response is, honestly, from what I know, he is trying, but I really haven't gotten that far in. Sorry, I have a small baby. You're fine, Sakina. We appreciate you for even just, giving some sort of insight into the situation. So thank you for that. A lot of parents who abuse their children keep them home because they're afraid the child is going to tell the social worker. And so that might even be why she kept her home from school. Or if this child, as they say, has physical apparent like wounds, she probably was trying to keep the wounds hidden. Because let's be honest, again, working in the education system, we are mandated reporters. So the minute that we see any type of sign of physical abuse on a child, we are required by law to report that to the state. So if it was a teacher that came in contact, a guidance counselor, a specialist teacher, whoever came in contact and saw abuses on this child, the first thing that they're going to do, or that they are required to do, should I say, because let's be honest, not everyone does their part in the educational system. They are required to report that to the counselor at the school, and the counselor contacts CPS and they do an investigation, and it just kind of, the ball gets rolling from there. So that's a very good point. She probably kept her out of school because she didn't want the truth to come out. She didn't want anyone questioning the situation. Exactly. So I have a quick answer to this. Why birth another child 3-year-old if you have a hot temper, suffer with impatience? So we know a lot of these women have babies because they think it's going to keep a man. Let's be very transparent. Now, we don't know if this 3-year-old child is from the stepfather. I'm not sure. They haven't confirmed that or not, but more than likely to keep a man, because she seems she seems very unstable. So I'm pretty sure that this 3-year-old child was probably one of those, if I have his baby, he's going to stay with me type of situations. I'm almost positive it is. They should ask her, does she want to stay with the auntie? Because sometimes they know they're being abused and don't say anything. I don't think it's a wise choice if the auntie and sister are close. And that we don't know yet. We don't know the extent of the relationship between the aunt and sister, but we do know that they are on the same side of the family. So this isn't an aunt that's on the father's side. They're on the same side of the family. So if that's JaShyah's auntie, I'm assuming that that's her mother's sister, if I'm not mistaken. So let's see. The lady who birthed her probably told her she better go look for that card and she better not come back without it. Oh, she definitely did. That was definitely that type of situation. Yeah, not many women plan pregnancy. They often just deal with the after fact. Very true as well. Even when they don't plan it, I'm not an advocate for abortion. However, I know that sometimes people have to make their own choices, and I totally respect that. So maybe she just decided, you know what, I'll just keep the baby and just, went along with that. But again, we don't know if it's the stepfather's son or child or not. When my mom got caught abusing me, it took months for them to let me go live with my aunt. And she already had adopted children, praying that they stay together. Yeah, so the aunt stated that she saw the stepdad punch the girl in the face twice on 2 different occasions. So to the subscriber who was saying that the aunt stated that she saw the mother punching her, so she actually said, again, she said that she saw the stepdad punch JaShyah in the face on 2 different occasions. Thanks for joining us, Beverly. Make sure you enjoy the rest of your evening. All right, so yeah. Grandma dues. All right. The system is definitely quick to separate our families. My mother worked in a foster care agency for years. And back when she was in the foster care agency, it was they were definitely a lot more understandable. They would often try to keep the siblings together. The only thing with keeping siblings together is sometimes it's hard to find families that want both of the siblings. You have some families that may just have room for one, or you have some families that may not necessarily want a 14-year-old girl. They may just want the 3-year-old because they think he's easier to manage. So The sad part is that they're so far apart in age, and even with this whole situation with JaShyah being all over the news, it's sad to say you don't know if any foster family is going to want to deal with that situation. So you just, you can only hope and pray that they end up somewhere safe and with people who aren't just doing it for the money, but who are doing it out of the kindness of their heart. Of course, she feared for her life. Who else runs away? Mom thought she broke her. That baby shocked her. Thank God. I pray her for her continued strength. She gonna need it in this system, most definitely. Let's see. So Jersey has a stark history of marked child abuse. Thank you so much, Spontaneous T. I appreciate you. All right, so maybe she had the. Are you saying that the mom had a thug boyfriend, or JaShyah had a thug boyfriend? I'm not understanding that statement. Let's see. Yeah, when the children get separated, that brings on more problems, depression, and sadness. Absolutely, and like I said, that's why that counseling is going to be very important. That therapy, immediate therapy, is going to be important for JaShyah, because God forbid if they separate her and her brother, the level of guilt this child is going to feel is, and she's at that age now with 14-year-olds, just like babies, are very impressionable. That's when the peer pressure happens and they end up trying to find or latch onto some feeling of family, whether it be a family of friends who are bad influences, whether it be a family of friends who are good influences. So you can only hope that the people who are surrounding her right now are people who can guide her in the right and healthy direction from here on out. As an adult who's molested and abused, these folks don't understand the trauma they leave us with. Absolutely. And the level of selfishness that because of your sick fantasy or just your level of power that you feel when you're either abusing someone or sexually abusing someone, to not even take a second to think like, wow, me doing this to this person to make me feel good for these 5 minutes, the long-term effects that it can have on this individual that I'm doing this to. Yeah. Trust me, Melinda, I definitely understand where you're coming from more than you know. Trust me. My grandfather literally drew a gun on my mom to get me out of that abuse I was suffering. I went through counseling then and as an adult, very important, absolutely. So not just going count, not her going to counseling just for like the immediate moment, but she may need to go through counseling for a while. And again, because of the abuse, because of the national, well, not national coverage. Let's not act like this is national coverage. It definitely wasn't, but because of just the level of exposure of her case, even within the immediate area. So that means that even the area that she's from, everyone knows that this happened, and although I'm sure she's happy that it got out and that the truth is out, I'm sure she probably doesn't want everyone to know what was going on. So she had to deal with that too, the local exposure of the situation. I'm late. Sorry. Thank you. It's different for joining us. I'm late. Sorry. With the mom abusing her or the stepdad? So both. The mom was doing the extent, from what we know, or from what JaShyah is currently stating, the mom did the extent of the abuse. She poured bleach. I'm sorry, sprayed bleach in her eyes, pulled her braids out, hit her in the head with a frying pan, had her down on the ground with her knees on her neck to the point that she basically was unable to breathe. JaShyah hasn't said anything outside of the fact that the stepfather punched her twice. She hasn't said anything else outside of that. So we don't know if he's done anything else, even though that's enough in itself. The hardest thing for me is that she got on live TV pretending when she knew all along what she put the child through. Exactly. Oh, she wouldn't run away. My child wouldn't run away. She has no reason to. She's smart. First of all, okay, listen, you're saying the child is smart. So if the child is so smart, why is she not in school? It doesn't make sense. Like you've been exposed. She's a fraud. The mother is a fraud. And at the end of the day, she was on TV because of the guilt. She was on TV because she was afraid that she was going to be exposed. And that's exactly how everything played out. What's done in the dark will always come to the light. And I'm so happy that she got exposed. And there's no way that I think this child is lying. Initially, I wanted to play, the neutral role and kind of wait for everything to come out. There's no way this child is providing this level of details and she's lying. I don't believe it. They understand the trauma, Melinda. They're just evil. Yep, they're numb. They're numb. They don't care. Selfish. Exposure. Why was the mom being deceptive? Exposure. Thank you so much, Tamisha Hilliard, for the $10 cash app. I appreciate you. See, yep, hit her in the head with the frying pan. For what? Do you all understand that this extent of abuse that we're talking about could have killed this child? You're hitting her in the head with a frying pan. You have your knees on her neck, blocking her ability to breathe. You're spraying bleach in her eye, which could have possibly caused her to be blind. Like, it's so many things that you did that could have taken this baby's life. It just doesn't make sense to me. I saw her mom on television crying for her return. I really thought she was a concerned parent. Well, she was wailing. I don't really think she was crying because I didn't really see any tears coming out of her eyes, but the eyelashes were so long. Honestly, I probably wouldn't have been able to tell, even if she was crying, to be honest. She was very dolled up for TV. Very much so. Sometimes these mothers turn on their daughters when they get a man and treat them like competition instead of their child. Very true. They either treat them like competition or like they're in the way. For all we know, the stepdad could have been complaining about JaShyah and she felt she was mad about that. She wanted her not. I'm sure she didn't mean to. I'm sure that her intent was not to kill her. I would hope so. But there was some type of resentment towards JaShyah, and I'm sure the stepfather had something to do with it. He probably didn't really care for her. And so the mother probably took that out on her. She wanted that GoFundMe money, which we still have yet. And the GoFundMe is actually still going on. I believe it was Holly B. She sent it to me, and one of my other followers, if I see her name, I'll know. I can't remember. It starts with an M. But both of you guys sent me the Cash App in my email. Thank you so much. It was something Baddie. I can't remember her name, but thank you guys for sending me that Cash App. And the Cash App is still active. The Cash App has actually exceeded the amount that they even requested. So once again, what are they doing with the money? Where is it going to? Stepdad is an ex-cop. Ex-cop. Let's see. A lot of our women feel ashamed for seeking counseling, but it's best to get it instead of sitting in jail because they lock us up when something happens. They don't take you directly to a psych ward for evaluation. Let me be the first person to say, guys, as Black people, we have to get out of this stigma of feeling that because you go to therapy, it means you're crazy. Therapy is one of the most revealing, one of the best experiences I personally can say that I have been through. And still going through. And honestly, there's nothing wrong with talking to someone just to get a different perspective on your life or just to, dig in deep with those things in your life that you may not understand. There's nothing wrong with that. And if someone around you is telling you that therapy means you're crazy, it's probably something wrong with them. They're in denial about something going on in their life. So please don't ever feel ashamed to seek therapy. There's absolutely nothing wrong with therapy. I promise you. And you won't realize how much you should have done it until you actually did it, if that makes sense. I never realized how much I needed it in a positive way before I actually started it. So please don't be ashamed of therapy. It's a wonderful experience. I hope more kids start doing this breakaway. So I'm more so maybe not the breakaway part, Talisha. Breakaway mentally, yes. But not break away physically because I don't want any children getting hurt because they feel like they need to run away. I more so hope that they break away mentally, meaning that they're able to speak to someone and not be afraid to confide in someone about what's going on in their home. So again, I wonder if JaShyah had a close relationship with her aunt because I'm wondering if there was someone in her family that she may have been able to confide in, as opposed to having to be so drastic with the situation and run away all the way to Harlem. That kind of it kind of makes you wonder what the home or just the family environment is, that she felt like she didn't have someone within her family that she could have confided in, as opposed to running away from home. Exactly. So Kim Jackson apparently, and I can see if I can find it while I'm trying to multitask. But apparently, if someone can drop the GoFundMe link in the chat, that'll actually be really helpful. That way, I can just go straight to it and pull it up, because I'm trying to multitask and read these comments as well. So GoFundMe for what? The girl didn't die. So apparently, they're saying that the GoFundMe, from what I'm gauging, is that it was for the search effort for flyers, and I guess to pay people to put it in the media. That's what one of my subscribers told me. I personally haven't been able to find the GoFundMe. I searched for it today. I still couldn't find it. Let me actually go back into, all right, really quickly. Let me just go back into my emails and pull it up so we can actually get into the nitty gritty of what this GoFundMe was for. Let's see. Midwest Baddie. That's her name. Midwest Baddie and Holly B. Those are the two that brought it to my attention. Thank you, guys. All right, so here it is. I'm going to put it up in a second. All right, so let me go back here. Share. Oh, Dr. Nijay, give me 1 second, Dr. Nijay. All right, guys, let me make sure I'm sharing this. Share screen. All right. Okay, so here it is. All right, so God be the glory, right? JaShyah has been found. Thank you very much for all of your help and support on October 14th. Every parent's nightmare. Okay. Y'all listen, y'all, one thing y'all gonna learn about me, I can't take the antics. This is on October 14th, every parent's nightmare became reality for me. My beautiful 14-year-old baby girl, JaShyah, did not return home after going out to find a card that she lost on her way to the store. The card that you made her go back for. That card. As a mother, there are no words that can describe what my family and I are going through. It's hard to eat, sleep, or even function with every day that passes. I just want my baby back home with her loving family, laughing, playing her PS4 with her little brother. Please donate and help us cover more ground so we can purchase flyers, posters, t-shirts. Our family believes in the power of prayer. And if you cannot donate, please pray for us so we can bring JaShyah home safely with her family where she belongs. So, oh, it looks like they changed it, because at first they showed the amount. I promise you that at first they had the amount that they wanted to reach. So they took that off. So they've raised almost $8,000. And the most recent donation was as of 2 days ago. So at least no one else is donating within the past 2 days. So that's a good thing. But I can't take the fakeness. I can't. Let me see. Dr. Nijay, the Cash App, thank you so much, by the way. My Cash App is Black Girl. I'll put it in the chat. My Cash App is Black Girl Unlost. So $ Black Girl Unlost, just like the name of the channel. Let me see. KP said, don't even get me started on the 3-0, please, son. And how that trauma can reappear, abusing others, animals, hating Black women, etc. Absolutely. So she didn't state whether or not the 3-0 was being abused as well. Again, stay tuned. We don't know. More is going to come out. Let's see. Good evening, DeWalsh. Thank you for joining us this evening. Yeah, and see, Lala, that's what I'm thinking too. Maybe she said, you know what, if this lady can put her knees on my neck to the point that she knows I can't breathe, who knows what the extent is that she'll go to next. We don't know if this woman was doing this while she was under the influence. She may have been drunk, doing drugs. You just don't know. And when someone gets into that rage, they black out. And she probably didn't even, actually, no, I'm not gonna give her the benefit of the doubt. I'm sure she knew what she was doing. She probably did. So who knows what could have been the next step after her doing all of that. Is she still in jail? Yes, Javetta, she's still in jail, and I'm sure she'll be there for a while. I know someone said that they thought that she may have posted bail, but as far as the article states, she's still in jail. Okay, so Am Inc. said yes, she's still in jail. So sad, misfortunate. So sad. Our young babies, girls have to grow up way too fast. They can't even be kids. She's trying to survive, and not survive the streets or survive outside individuals. She's trying to survive from her mother, the person who's supposed to be her safe haven. This is a girl child. And you know how us girl child, us females as little girls, you want your mother. And so for her mother to basically be her abuser and to more than likely also allow the stepfather to abuse her, that's a double sword. GoFundMe better set up a trust fund with that money. Absolutely. Turn that money over to the well-being of these kids because they're going to need it. Young Black girls are forced to grow up into women at young ages, which is why a lot of Black men are looking to be coddled and taken care of by women. Absolutely. We always have to be the strong ones first. Nothing wrong with being strong, but you shouldn't, at this age, you shouldn't have to be forced to have that level of strength for something like that. You should be mentally strong because you're just a strong young woman mentally, right? But not when it comes to something like this. You shouldn't be strong in the sense that you're surviving abuse from your mother as well as her boyfriend. Today is the mom. Oh, happy birthday to her. Today is the mom's 40th birthday, and she's spending it in jail right where she belongs. Absolutely. Enjoy it. So they didn't go into details. I hope I pronounced your name right, Latigra. It's a pretty name. They just stated that he's an ex-cop. I'm not sure if he's an ex-cop from the area. They didn't state that. Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Holly. One of the best decisions ever. I totally agree. Totally agree. The stepdad was probably molesting or attempted to molest JaShyah, and the mother chose to believe the cop instead of her daughter. Oh, that's common. Or she may have even known. Or she may listen. She may have not known. She may have known. She may have been a participant. You never know. You never know. When it gets to this extent, she may have been jealous if the stepfather wanted JaShyah. You just never know. Nothing surprises me anymore. Nothing. Thank you so much, Dean. I appreciate you for your cash app. So, well, excuse my French. Basically, the mother, for those who are just joining us, the mother, I'm sorry, more details have come out in the case. JaShyah finally conveyed to the police officers that her mother sprayed bleach in her eyes. Her mother pulled her braids out. Her mother hit her in the head with a frying pan. Her mother had her down on the ground with her knees and her neck to the point that she was unable to breathe. And these weren't one-time incidents. This happened. These are recurring incidents. So she was being abused over a period of time. It didn't state how long the abuse went on, but she was being abused over a period of time. My mom sent me to therapy as a kid, and I love her for it. I needed the help and still go. Absolutely. There's nothing wrong with therapy. Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. There's nothing wrong with self-reflection. A lot of times we think that we got it together. Even as adults, we think, oh, I got it together. I'm good. And again, it doesn't mean that you don't have it together. Sometimes you just need an outside perspective to help go a little bit deeper within yourself. You never know what blockages you might have within your life because you may see things a certain way. I know for me personally, therapy has made me realize the things that I was standing in my own way with. And because of that, a lot of opportunities have come my way now that I'm very grateful for. So again, therapy is a great thing. Don't be afraid to do it. I encourage everyone, even if it's for a month, 2 months, or even if you just want to go get a consultation, I encourage everyone to participate in some form of therapy. These men get with these females because they have daughters. Most of the times they want the daughters. Yep. Or the sons. Let's not forget that because it's not just daughters being abused by these men. It's the sons are being abused too by these very same men. See. the family knew what she was going through, which blows my mind. And it's hard because no one wants to be in the foster care system and be with an even crazier family. So my MV on, do you know the family personally? And the only reason why I'm asking is because we're still trying to figure out whether or not the family actually knew what was going on. Because I'm hoping they didn't know, because if they did know, if they in fact did know and decided to turn a blind eye and not report the mother or at least step in, that's a whole nother can of worms right there. And they should be feeling equally as guilty about the situation as a mother. Well, the mother probably doesn't feel guilty, but they should definitely feel some type of guilt. But she did speak to someone. That is why there was a trial. She should not have been left in that. Good point. But maybe I wonder, when she spoke to the person, did she just convey the situation about the stepfather? Maybe because she didn't like the stepfather, so she wanted to get the stepfather in trouble. So she was very meticulous about like what she chose to expose, because I'm pretty sure that when she told the police about the stepfather, she made it a point to not say anything about her mother. So it's like you expose the stepfather and what he did to you, but you're not telling the things that your mother did to you. So again, there's still that level of protection. There's still that little girl that's in some way probably still wants to protect her mother. But like I said, what's done in the dark always comes to the light. And when there's a higher power, that's going to protect you more than anything. So whether or not she wanted to tell or not, she eventually had no choice but to do so. And I'm sure she didn't think that this was going to be all over the news. She probably didn't even think that her mother would care enough to even go to the extent of being on the news. Oh, most definitely. We know the times have changed. Thank you, guys. Yeah, I pulled up the GoFundMe, so we saw what the GoFundMe was for. Users, okay, let's see. I'm in therapy from being mentally and sexually abused by a distant cousin for 2 years. He would tell me he would kill my parents. I'm so sorry you had to go through that, DeWalsh. Yeah. She needs an Academy Award, because aside from the tears, I don't know. Now looking back in retrospect and just knowing how everything played out and just thinking about the prior news clips of her, it's crazy. Yeah, we definitely have to pray for her mental in this situation. Let's see. Right. Hey, Shaquan, how are you? You know, my nerves sometimes they're not ready. That's fine. Let's see, you need your mom more will come out. Oh, most definitely, Melinda. This is just listen. This is just once they get JaShyah comfortable and give her a couple days, you know how police do. They'll kind of like leave her alone for a little bit. They got a little bit, a little insight as to what happened. But once she kind of settles in and really thinks about this situation and they make her feel comfortable, I'm pretty sure, I'm almost positive that more is going to come out. No question. He has not been arrested. Not from what I'm saying, no. But he was due to stand trial for the domestic violence against JaShyah as well as her mother. Okay, someone jealous. Hopefully they'll make her a jailhouse. This case is really crazy. I work with kids, and I don't know if this case is true now. The part of knee on neck is true, especially just put the cop away to that. Yeah, so Diane, I also work with children, and like I said, I've had students who have come to me in the past about child abuse, molestation, all of that. And again, when kids get into a certain level of detail about something, you know that it's true. Thank you so much, Jamero, for your Cash App. I appreciate that. The level of detail that this child has provided, there's no way. It sounds bizarre, but the details, I highly doubt that she's lying. I didn't even know that was the same woman. Oh, I know, right? I didn't even know that was the same woman. In jail, she had to remove the wig. Exactly. But she got dolled up for that TV screen. So let's just walk away. Thank you, Olivia. I appreciate it. Again, sometimes you just need a platform or space to just talk and just hear other people's perspectives. Let's see, most definitely. hmm So, New Jersey Children's Service is different from NYC. I worked on, there were cases that were untrue on the kid, just wanted to be in the street. Yeah, and that's why initially I was stating, like, let's just, here, let's just kind of like pause for a second without making immediate judgment. I know a lot of you all, your discernment definitely told you, like, no, the mother, she had something to do with this. Something isn't right about the mother. I think she did do something to that child, and it's all starting to come out now. So, let's see. I pray that if they go to a foster family, the family is a good one. They are good foster parents out there. We need more of those people in the system to be able to help. Yeah. Oh, okay. So let me see. For those join, saw a couple people that wanted to join the live chat and kind of come on and state your opinion. Again, you do not have to show your face. Um, so I will put the link again. All you have to do is click on it, and then you'll be able to come on and chat. Hey, sister girl. She's a narcissist. Their goal is to appeal to your emotions and play. Absolutely. Even down to the GoFundMe, the whole paragraph, like, oh, I'm praying. No, you need to pray for yourself. Pray for your mental health, sweetheart, because you're not all there in the head. Pray for yourself. You were praying that that little girl didn't expose you. That's what you were praying for. Let's see. Let's see. So, LaKendra, we don't know as of yet, but again, it's still very early. I literally hopped on this live because I didn't even have time to make a video. I said, you know what? No, we need to talk about this because a video wouldn't do this justice. We don't know if she did anything to little brother yet. It's still very fresh. So we don't know yet. I pray to God she did not. TJ James, I see you trying to join. However, it's saying device not connected. So I'll give it some time and maybe my connection or yours. So we'll just give it some time. If not, you're more than welcome to try coming back. Let's see. I'm still stuck on the fact that the mother knew she was guilty and still went forward to the news camera plus a GoFundMe. It's unbelievable. A whole actress. She's an actress. I told y'all she needs an Academy Award. She's an actress. Okay, so guys, you have to connect your microphone and your camera before I can add you to the stream. So try doing it again and make sure that you actually connect your microphone and your camera, and then you'll be able to join. LaKendra, okay, LaKendra, I'm adding you to the live stream. Good evening, how are you?
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. Okay, the floor is all yours.
When I first seen it, I knew right away because it's just like soon as she was like doing the cry and grabbed both her eyes and like covered it, you could hear it. It wasn't no like cry or nothing. And me personally, I believe if that was the situation, I wouldn't even be able to do the news. Like my mom would have to go. I would be like looking for my baby all on the ground. Like, I don't care if you are a teenager, but my biggest concern is I notice, and I don't want to sound racist or anything like that. I'm not gonna say we don't get the attention that's deserved. We always get, when you toward teenage, looked at like a runaway. It's not, to me. I never want to run away. I had a great household, so thank God for that. But still, I mean, things can be bad, but it's cold and it's like people killing people, and like, ain't no way if I was a teenager nowadays and I'm 40, will I run away compared to what's out there? No way. So it's like I hope they stop looking at it like automatic runaway, even though that is what she did. And I'm glad that the man that had bought the stuff in the store, stayed around and kept in contact with the police, because I have remember being somewhere and I'm like, man, I just had this dollar or whatever, and somebody handed me a dollar. That don't mean somebody want to hurt you. There are still good people here, but we need to treat our kids with more respect. They deserve respect like we want respect from them.
Absolutely.
So that's what I basically was saying.
Hmm.
We gotta love on our kids more, because something is going on in this world. I don't know what it is, but it's a lot of kids being taken. Something is wrong.
Yeah. And like my biggest thing that I said, even on the last live, is although this indeed was a runaway case, I just hope and pray, because again, we know the media always likes to automatically claim
Hmm.
case. So I just hope and pray that this case does not um, cause
Looked at like that.
kids to think back and say, well, hey, y'all remember that JaShyah Moore case? She, we all were in an uproar and thought that, she was missing, but she ended up being a runaway. So I just pray to God that this.
And whether you'll run away or not, I
Mhm.
believe we'll find that out when we find you. It's still
Yeah,
best to always look and try to find that person, period,
yeah,
point blank.
yeah.
They
Everyone
are human.
first and foremost, but more
Yeah.
importantly, I'm happy that she's okay. But now we have to think about the long term. This is just the beginning.
Yeah. And then, like, I looked at the little boy. And I believe he probably said that himself, and she didn't tell him to say it, but it kind of came off like maybe so. But
Mhm.
I have an 8-year old, and I could see her be like, "Oh, but we watch Victorious, or something together. Come home, or I'm looking for you." So I could see her saying that, and I didn't tell her, but I was kind of stumbling on the little boy, like, ah. He
Yeah.
looked it well, and I mean, from what I did see, she looked it well. And I actually was at the doctor, so I bumped into your live a little late. So I'm gonna go back and catch it, so
Yeah.
I can really find out, because I don't know what happened to her or anything.
Mhm.
But I just want all of our children, if you listening, don't let nobody convince you, oh, erase all your stuff, leave. There's a little girl right now, I believe it's Houston, Texas.
Mhm.
I really can't think of what her name. I just read it last night. Yesterday made 14 days that she left,
Oh,
but
Jane
she
is
left on
Hamilton.
her own.
Yeah, Jane was.
Yeah,
I
so
just did a video.
yes, I hope they find her.
Yeah, I just did a video about her last night. Actually, I posted it. It's kind of late. It's been out for a while, but I had a few subscribers that were saying, "Can you just post this? It's
I
been out for a
think probably your thing is the one I seen in, because it was really late and I had caught it. I didn't really get her name, but
Yeah,
like, I just hope all our kids can just be safe. If you can't talk to the people at home, we back in school, talk to a teacher, talk to somebody. You can get a little help
yeah,
instead of going out and running into a person that's not really willing to help you. So
absolutely.
you guys have a safe night, everybody, but love on your kids a little bit more and tell them you love them each and every night. I know I do.
And I really appreciate you joining me tonight. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
Thank you. You too. Bye bye.
So let's see. So yeah, so she made a good point. Love on your children hard. I think a lot of parents are so worried about being disciplinarians that they forget that kids need love. Even though they're, like I always tell my coworkers, just because kids are quote unquote little people doesn't mean that they don't have feelings. That they don't need to be told I love you, or they don't need an extra hug, or extra kiss on the forehead, or just to sit down and have a conversation with them to see how they're feeling. Love on your kids hard, because a lot of times if you don't love on them, they'll find it somewhere else, and a lot of times it won't be in the right place. Let's see. I'm not sure if she contacted her dad. I'm not sure about that. I didn't see anything that stated that. Sister girl, did you want to jump on? And I know you said you were covering it on your channel. Did you want to jump on and maybe provide some additional information? You said the man in the store was her biological dad. That I didn't hear. So if you want to lend to the conversation with that new piece of news, you're more than welcome to join the chat. Yes, but some people have it so good they don't want to run, but others have hell at home every day. Yeah. Okay. All right. So China, you are just joining, so I'll catch you up really quickly. I'm not sure if anyone else wanted to join the live. So China, basically, JaShyah finally came out today and told police exactly why she ran away. She ran away because of the high level of abuse that her mother was doing. Basically hit her in the head with a frying pan, sprayed bleach into her eyes, pulled out her braids, and had her knees on her neck to the point that she was unable to breathe. And that's all she's stating as of right now. So, like I was saying earlier, she may get to a point where she gets more comfortable to talk more about the situation. I hope that there's not more. I hope that it doesn't come out that she did anything to the younger brother. So we're just kind of just waiting to see if any more details come out. Okay, let's see. All right, so Sister Girl will be joining us in a second. She's just hooking up her mic. Yeah, stop saying thank you. Stop saying anger is the only healthy emotion we can express. Exactly. Even women or people who are raising boy children. Stop making these boys feel like it's wrong or they're weak for showing emotion or weak for crying or weak for expressing that they feel sad. That's not okay. It is okay. It's actually very healthy to talk about how you feel. It's okay to feel sad. Though that's a human trait. So we have to stop raising our kids to think that being sad or feeling scared is a sign of weakness. No. And perhaps if we allow our children to feel more comfortable with expressing themselves, they won't hold it in and end up doing stuff like this, running away or going on killing sprees or setting shit on fire. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to curse, but setting stuff on fire. Like kids act out when they cannot express themselves. Absolutely. Whether they bring it to school, whether they end up acting out on their parent, whether they end up acting out towards other individuals. No, you have to teach kids that it is healthy, not only teaching them that it's healthy to show emotions, but teaching them how to express their emotions, how to articulate that. And then from that, teaching them coping mechanisms of how to deal with the emotions whenever they do face them. We have to give our kids, those are the life skills that we have to provide our kids with. And if you can't do it, have your child go to a therapist. And if that therapist doesn't work, have them try another therapist. It's something that you just can't give up on. You have to invest in your children. Absolutely. Like I said earlier, if you feel like you need to resort to physical violence in order for your child to listen to you, you should not be a parent. That's it. You should not be a parent. Yes. Thank you, Alex. I actually forgot about that. She stabbed her in the shoulder. How did I forget about that? So that's 5 things. Spraying bleach, hitting her in the head with the frying pan, putting her knees on her neck to the point that she couldn't breathe, pulling out her braids, stabbing her in the shoulder to the point where she had an open wound. All right, Sister Girl is on. See, I'm gonna go ahead and add you on. All right, hey, how you doing? Hello, can you hear me?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, how you doing?
Hi, this is my first time ever being live like this.
Oh, that's okay. My first time was the other day. We got this. It's cool. We having an organic conversation, nothing
I'm
fancy.
trying to see how I can go. Oh, okay, I see it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah. Um I covered this on my channel. The dad, he's her real father, her biological father. He took to his social media and cleared up some things.
Wow.
He said he appreciates social media helping to find his daughter, but he wanted to clear up where they were saying the man in the store, he's not a friend, he's not a stepfather or a boyfriend, he's her biological dad.
So that was him, the father.
Yes, he said he ran into her in the store while she was looking for her mother's card. You know, they want to keep saying card, so we're gonna say card. He said, and he paid for the groceries. He took her home to the mom and explained to her mother what happened, that she lost the card and she couldn't find it. And after he left is when the mother sent her back out to look for the card.
So you telling me that this man paid for the groceries that you were
Yes.
her daughter lost the car for, and you still say, yeah, something's all she's
yes, he said all of that. Dad said he paid for the groceries, brought her home to her mother, explained everything. He said his words was, Mom obviously clearly didn't give up, and she sent her back out after he left. So what I'm thinking is, like I said in my video, she was like, I don't want to hear that. Go out there and get my card. Go find it. What? Don't come back in here without it. I believe that. I believe the mother did that.
I know. I do too. I'm just more so taken aback. She's sick. Because let me tell you something. God forbid something would have happened to that little girl. Thank God nothing did. But she. Oh
did you see her? After that, she took. She went for the news and called for the news conference in East Orange. That was all Mom's idea.
Yeah.
Her whole performance, that was all her, knowing that she sent her out there. But did you hear when she said in the conference, I said, baby, you lost the card before. Go on back out there and try to see if you can find it. We all know that's not how that went.
That's a lie. And ma'am, you could have ordered that card back. And
yes.
And it's not even like she didn't come home with the groceries that you sent her to the card with the card to purchase. See what I'm saying?
Right. That's what I said.
That's the stuff. So she was just trying to be just extra.
Yeah.
And that's all it was. Like I was saying earlier, I'm not sure if you were on here earlier, but that whole performance, all that was guilt and her being afraid of being exposed.
That's what I think.
That's what it was. You freaked out because you were like, oh my God, shoot, she going to spill everything and tell everything. And it all came out. So
I don't think she was expecting her daughter to tell all of that, like to the police about the abuse.
I don't think she put it like this. I don't know. I don't think she expected it, but I definitely think she had an inkling like, okay, if I'm doing all this media stuff and they find her, she's going to have to eventually tell why. She did.
That's why it was really interesting to me. And when she was going, she didn't run away. And when she specifically said, JaShyah, don't be scared. Come home. It's okay. It was those words that she was using on the news that I was like,
very, very subliminal. That was her message. Like, okay, come on now.
Like come on home. It's okay. I know you were scared when you left, but it's all right. Come home.
And that's all it was. Oh, thank you, Miss Jovetta. I got your Cash App. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. So that was today that the father actually posted. Do you know his name on the Facebook? Do you remember his name or the name that was on the post? Because I want to see if I can pull it up. Are you there? I think you're on me.
Yes, yeah, I have it. I'm going. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, if you could tell me his name, because I would love to just pull that, look at that verbatim. Hey, Lady Tia, give me 1 second. I see you. I really appreciate you joining and even offering that extra piece of information, because I just got this information today. It always comes when I'm at work, so I can never have time to really sit down and get into it. But I appreciate you for updating us on that. Yep, when you do that to children, going back to what I was saying earlier, trying to have children suppress their emotions, when you do that, you mess them up. They end up being abusers, killers, murderers, or being victims of abuse. Yep, hurt people, generational.
His name is Omar Muse, OMARMUZE. I wish there was a way I can send, like, if I can send this to you.
Yeah, see if you could drop it in the can you drop that link in the chat?
Well, I have it like a screenshot.
Okay, hold on. I'm actually putting up Facebook right now, guys.
Okay.
Give me a second. OMAR, and how do you spell Muse? Hello? Can you hear me? Let me see.
Sorry. MUZE.
Okay. See what Mr. Muse has to say. Does he have on like a plaid shirt? Yep, Newark, New Jersey. I think this is him.
Yep, that might be him.
Yes. Okay. Well, I don't see. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. Let me go ahead and share. Sorry. Let me share my screen. All right. So, unless he took the post down, because I do see. So, I hope everyone can. Let me make sure everyone can see. Yes. Okay. So, this is Mr. Muse. Is this what you see, sister girl?
Yes, that's him. That's his profile picture. Yes, that's him.
Okay. I'm trying to see the post that says anything, because you said that he posted about or something telling everyone that's my baby girl or something like that.
Yeah.
Unless he
It
took
should be in there earlier because he thanked the media and everything for looking, because she was still missing at the time.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
no, I think they found her because he mentioned that was him in the store.
okay, because I don't see a post from him. I'm wondering if he took it down.
Let me
I don't.
see.
Yeah, I don't see anything. Unless maybe because I'm not his friend.
I'm not his friend. I had got this from the news. They
Nice.
posted it,
Let's
and I
see.
had screenshotted it from their article.
JaShyah Moore, Omar Reed.
But that's him. I wish I could send you this though.
You can put it in the chat and I can pull it up.
Like the screenshot?
No, the link, I guess. The link.
Oh yes, I can. Hold on, give me 1 second.
Yeah. And I can just pull it up from there. Because I'm really curious to see. Oh, okay. Matter of fact, it's right here in the article. It says he said he wanted to, I'm sorry, guys. He said he wanted the media to get the story right. Okay, so it's right here. When we text Muse Thursday about his Facebook statement, the father responded, "Let's just find my daughter. I'm not the family's friend and I'm not the older man. They live with me. I'm her father, her dad, the only one she had and the only one she would ever have. Thank you and have a nice day." Yeah, you might want to. Oh,
Yeah,
here
so
it is.
that's the update probably they was given.
Right
They
here.
probably reached back out to.
It says the guy that paid for my daughter's groceries was not the last person that saw her. Muse said, "I ran into her on Central Avenue." So he wasn't the guy in the video. It says that he ran into her on Central Avenue looking for the card and walked her back home. Told her mother we could not find the card. Her mother sent her back out there to look again, and that's the last time we saw her. So he wasn't the guy on the video. He ran into her as she was walking back on Central Avenue looking for the card. And he actually walked her back home, told her mother we couldn't find it, and then the mother sent her back out. So he wasn't the man in the video. He just saw her on the way, coincidentally walking back. So again, I'm wondering if he's active in her life. I'm not really sure about that. But yeah, so
this is what I read. This is what he wrote on my end.
okay.
He said, "I appreciate the media reporting my daughter missing, but they got it twisted. I am not a family friend. I am not the older man. I am her father, also the guy that paid for my daughter's groceries."
That's
Oh,
weird.
wait. Okay. Hold on. All right. I misread him. Yeah. He said also the guy that paid for my daughter's groceries was not the last person
Okay,
that
yeah.
saw
So,
her.
right.
Okay. He said I ran into her on Central Avenue. Okay.
Okay. So basically he saw her, walked her
Yeah.
home, he saw a daughter, ended up walking her back.
And he said, I ran into her on Central Avenue looking for the card and walked her back home, told her mother we could not find the card. Her mother sent her back out there to look again. And that's the last time she saw her. So the media need to get the story right.
Yeah, and it seems like he doesn't want anything to really do with it because, as you can see, he hit them with the thank you and have a nice day. So, like he said, straight to the point, let's just find my daughter. I'm not the family's friend. I'm not the older man. They live with me. I'm her father, her dad, the only one she have, and the only one she would ever have. Thank you and have a nice day.
Right.
So what it seems like is like he's in her life. So once again, did he know that this was going? It's just so many questions. I'm not blaming him at all. I'm just, again, it all goes back to, did anyone know this was going on? You know?
Well, I don't know if you took note during mom's again back to the to her news conference in front of the precinct
Mm-hmm.
when her little performance. That was her mother standing behind her, correct?
I don't.
Who barely wanted to even touch her with the when she was performing like that.
I don't even remember. I can pull it up in a second while so give me 1 second, sister girl. Let me because Lady T has been being so patient while she's speaking. Let me go ahead and pull
I'm
back.
sorry, go ahead.
No, you're fine. Because I appreciate you even bringing up the post with the father. So just hang on tight. I'm not going to cut you off, but just I'm gonna look for that news clip really quickly, the performance, and I'm gonna go ahead and have Lady Tia go ahead and put her input in. How you doing, Lady Tia?
Hi, ladies. What's up?
Nothing.
So I've been following the case just as well, and what I wanted to put my 2 cents in is a lot of times, we are looking for our sisters out here, but we also have to understand that when some of our sisters are in these abusive relationships, because it sounded like that's what the mom was in,
Mm-hmm.
she was neglecting the children in a way that she put him before the children, and I really am glad that she is found, but I'm also glad that she had enough strength to find a way to get away. And with the article that the sister just put up about the father saying, I am in her life because social media is going to always ask, "Where's the dad? Where's the dad?" And so with that article, what y'all talking about now, it's good to hear that she did have somebody in her corner, but apparently he knew that something wasn't right there. It kind of sounds like one of those bad situations that father is looking that his child is in a situation and ain't much he can do, especially if the guy is affiliated with the police. It's kind of hard for some women to get out of those relationships when police can't call nobody but the police on the police, if you know what I mean.
Definitely.
It kind of it's kind of hard to get out of those situations, but I'm glad that she was able to not only save herself because this could be a horrific situation, because it sounded like this guy was really abusive, because we do have the documents of him being abusive to the mom and to her. So I'm glad she was able to get herself in a place where she was able to maneuver around her city. It's crazy that we don't understand that our teenagers can get around the city like she was able to in all of this time, because we all were, looking for her and wanted to make sure she was safe, but she was able to put herself in a position where she can get the help that she needed. So it don't always be like we think it is. And in this situation, I was a little shocked that the mom ended up getting in trouble behind this, because she's been overlooking things that's been in her home. And the only person who had courage was this young girl.
Yeah, the young girl seemed like the most
I've been really
level-headed
curious about
one out
shampoo.
of everyone, sad to say. And that's the crazy thing.
Yeah, so I mean, I appreciate your channel, love. I mean, it inspires me to want to keep putting cases out as well. When it comes to our young girls, because we don't get the publicity. So we love you for that. I'm so glad you hit your 20K, and we're gonna continue to
Yes.
grow bigger, because we definitely are looking for these types of streams that put our children out here when people are not caring about them. And
Mhm.
regardless of how the situation ended up, at least we know she's okay and
Absolutely.
the children are okay. So that's all I wanted to say. And I really appreciate your channel, love.
Thank you. And Lady Tia, do you have a channel as well?
I do, but I am actually trying to figure out what I want to do. And this inspires me to want to put out cases that we don't see in my city, in my, in my area, that we don't see and don't get the publicity. So you inspired me to want to do something with my channel, because we all can have a channel if
Oh,
we just click
absolutely.
on and just do something with it. And I definitely
I
want
agree.
to be able to do something where it helps us. And this is where we are lacking at as Black women, these media putting out our stories. So regardless of how it ends, it was a shocking one for me, but it's also protecting her, because all our welfare was how she was doing. That's how all our concerns were as mothers, as black women, black parents. Our welfare was about how the daughter was doing, and regardless of who ends up in the short end of the stick,
Mhm.
she's okay,
Yeah.
and that's what's important.
And ladies here, like I said, this is never, a lot of people say, well, do you, reach out to other black content creators? Listen, the more of us, the better. So if you ever need any help or whatever, just please always feel free to reach out. Whenever you do decide to start your channel, let me know so I can shout you out. And
Absolutely.
it's
And
all
let me know
work
too.
together. Yes.
I mean, I'm still new. I'm a new YouTuber
You
as
gotta
well.
keep
So,
following your way.
but whatever I could do on my end, let me know.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
we definitely got to get this stuff out of there because they don't give us enough media, and they don't put us out there, and so our children go unlost. That's why I love the fact that you changed. I mean, you name your channel "Black Girls Unlost"
Thank
because
you.
we're looking for them.
Yes,
Yes.
So
yes.
it gives us a point of view of we are not paying attention. We are looking for our children.
And we
So
most importantly, we haven't forgot about the ones who were lost. You see what I'm saying? Like
right,
their
Yeah.
stories will go unlost because we're going to expose them. There's a
right.
lot of stories that we don't hear about, and those needs to be told. So
Yeah, but oh, and one more thing,
mhm,
didn't they say that the boyfriend is
mhm.
a police officer? He's an ex police
Next
officer,
With
mhm.
a whole lot of charges.
right?
Don't get
And
me
you know
started on
what?
the Essex
Well, look,
County Police.
I ain't trying to get nobody started, but we do have to pay attention to that because a lot of time officers do
That's
have
very true.
privileges. They have
Mhm.
privileges that put our sisters in binds too. So just be careful when you are dating someone that has some type of power, and they can also put you in a position. And I can't go all the way in on this mom because she could be a battered, broken woman, and we just don't know that, so she couldn't have the tools that she need. I do agree about the food stamp card. It wasn't that serious. If he was in her life, he should have been able to help her, and it shouldn't have been nothing as simple as a food stamp card. But we still have to be aware on all ends because the only way we can help our community is starting inward, and we'll branch out. So that's all I wanted to say.
Thank you so much, Lady Tia. Please feel free to join me on another live whenever you can. I,
Absolutely. You guys have a wonderful day.
you too. Enjoy the rest of the evening. All right. So, as told by Ray, thank you for being so patient. The floor is all yours.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much for inviting me up. I truly appreciate it.
Oh,
I really want to say thank you for the work that you have done for shedding light on these cases, on these Black girls who matter greatly.
thank you so much.
Thank you for this. We need this. And I'm actually thinking of doing something similar to this to my own Jamaican girls because
Oh, you just,
as a Jamaican, not many people know about us,
yeah.
either. So I just want to thank you. And I want to say this because for me, coming from a home
Mhm,
where where both parents were abusive, I belonged nowhere.
mhm,
And I grew up being so focused on survival that I was not able to function normally. So I developed autism, and all
mhm,
of this creates PTSD, depression, anxiety, and I had ideation,
mhm,
where I was truly considering unaliving myself. And I actually tried at the age of 8. And my mother told me, she laughed at me and she said, I'm a coward, so I couldn't do it. You know what I mean? There
mhm.
are people out here. Wouldn't Jamaican ancestry fall under Black? I think Jamaicans view things a bit differently, Sunshine.
Oh, absolutely. My mom and father are Jamaican. So, yeah,
Yeah,
my mother and father are Jamaican. So, when you talk, trust me, even the upbringing is
it's
very,
very different.
I totally can relate to every,
Yes, yes, it's very, very, very different.
trust me.
So I don't want to do that. What
Yeah.
I will say is this. Now, as an adult, blessings, I'm 36 years old. I finally got into therapy.
Mhm,
Um, and that has created just a huge change within me. I was able to, I'm doing my master's now in counseling therapy because I want to go and talk to girls who had experiences that I did. You know what
mhm,
I mean? So I want to let them know that, listen, A, you're not alone. B, it will get better. It can get better. And C, you are not responsible for any of these things that these adults should have done to these children. These adults, I'm understanding that these adults expect the kids to behave more like the adults
Yeah.
than we are supposed to be the ones who, you know, we know how to behave, we know how to calm down the aggressor, which is often the parent. You know, we know how to tiptoe around, and all this does is creates trauma for our system. It creates trauma for our children, and it creates generational trauma. How can you stab your own child? How
Sick.
can you want to cause pain to this life that you brought into the world? I do not understand.
Then on numerous occasions, it's not like you do, even though one time is enough. You see what I'm saying? But for you to do it one time and then not even retract, like, and say, "Dang, maybe I did too much," but you did it repeatedly.
Repeatedly.
She knew what was going on. She was very aware of the abuse, and she knew what she was doing.
That's why it's so disturbing.
Yes, it's sick, and it's like I don't know. It's and then the level, it's the level of abuse is what was.
That's it.
Yep.
It
The
wasn't
intensity.
yeah, using objects. You're pulling this little girl hair out. You know what's funny? Not funny, literally, but you see the little girl's hair before she cut it all off was in like a mohawk. So even when you think about that, did she do that style because her mother was pulling her hair out? You just never know.
And it happens so much, because I remember when I used to have to go to school, I couldn't sit down because, you know, on Friday was PE days, physical education days, and you had to wear a white skirt. And if I sat down, people would see the blood marks from the beatings from my father on my skirt. So I just stood up and I made sure that I was rude in class so the teacher wouldn't want to talk to me. She would be like, okay, whatever. She wants to stand up at the back, just stand up at the back. Like and that is extreme. A child should never have to be thinking about how can I hide this pain caused by my parents? Why should I? This is extreme.
Too extreme. And like I said, I hope that she gets her justice. I'm sure she is, but we all have to wait and see what the final verdict is going to be. And as always, I'll definitely, keep you all updated on that. So I really do. And Rhea, you said that you wanted to start something like this in Jamaica. So if you listen, we can definitely talk outside of the platform. You have my email address. So please, please reach out. Cause I would love to see, pointers or anything, please. Cause I know a lot goes on in Jamaica that, again, we know out in the US, but 2 little girls just got kidnapped the other day, by some random man. So this happens internationally too, more than people know. And over there it's way different because their laws, they do neighborhood laws, but they'll beat the man down and handle the justice on their own, so it's a little bit different than here. But I would definitely be interested and would 100% support you on that. So please feel free.
Oh my gosh. Thank you, Empress. Thank you. I truly appreciate it. And thank you for inviting me up here to give me the platform to speak, because I really am very passionate about this. I feel like children, especially Black children, are so unprotected and are so undeserving. We're already born with PTSD. It is not necessary to create an environment which is more toxic. So thank you for the work that you've done. And I truly appreciate you. Thank you.
You enjoy the rest of your evening. Like I said, please reach out to me whenever you're ready. Okay, I'm here.
Yeah, man. Big up yourself. Thank you so much.
No problem. Yes, I know that's right. All right, have a wonderful evening.
I want to say thank you too.
Thank you so much, sister girl. And guys,
I'm going to get out of here, but I'm going to stay in the chat. But
okay,
I'm going to leave the stream.
Also,
so somebody else can come up and speak if they want to come on in.
Of course. All right, guys. Sister Girl TV, is your channel active and everything? Because I want to make sure I shout it out too.
Yes. Okay, I could put my channel URL in the link in the chat box.
Yep, guys. So go ahead and she's gonna drop her YouTube link in there. So please make sure some of you guys head on over there to show her some love as well. All right, so I'm gonna read some more of these chats just to make sure I catch up. And to all the people that say that they love the channel, thank you for the channel. The channel is needed. I saw some of the comments and I was highlighting them as we were talking. So I just want to make sure that I appreciate you guys so much for the support. I just appreciate the positive energy. I appreciate the organic format of this, live. I'm not really a scripted person. I kind of just like to just do things organically. So I appreciate you all just being patient and just going with the flow of the entire live tonight. I didn't expect it to be this long, but I really appreciate you all for just sticking in there with me. Yes, Jamaican culture is very different, Danny. Like I said, my mother and father are Jamaican. And to any of my Caribbeans out there in the chat or subscribers, you all know what I'm talking about. No nonsense growing up. I'm so sorry, Melinda, that you had to go through that. Yeah. So Sunshine K, she didn't mean it. She was more so saying Black American. So like in Jamaica, they don't take this to offense. She wasn't separating like saying Jamaican people are Jamaican and black people. No, it's just that in Jamaica they have a term Black Americans, and then you have Black Jamaicans. So she was just trying to make a point that the culture is different, but in no way, shape, or form. I personally wasn't offended. So I'm I'm certain that she wasn't trying to be malicious at all in that statement. So I hope no one took that into or was offended by that at all. It's just it's just a term. It's Black American, Black Jamaicans. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. Let's see. Absolutely, because the more the merrier. There is no competition. I can't speak on other people, but there's no competition over here. I love to see everyone doing amazing. And I've had several content creators reach out to me that wanted to start their own channel. Shout out to Crimson Crimes. I believe that's her name. I gotta drop Crimes of Color, I believe. I'll post her on my community page, but she just started a channel where she's actually covering stories in the Texas area. So I'll make sure that I shout her out on my community page as well. I'm definitely proud of her for finally taking that jump to starting her channel. Let's see. Thank you, Monique Moore, for the super chat. I appreciate it. So I guess the super chats are working. I'm so new to this, y'all. I don't even know. All right, let's see. I'm just gonna read some more of these. Read a couple more of these and put the live chat one more time to give everyone a final chance to see if they want to join. I really didn't even expect this to be this long, but I'm happy that we all got to kind of just get the situation off of our chest and just talk about it. Absolutely. Hey, LaToya, welcome. Let's see. Absolutely, Denstro. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much, M Inc. I appreciate you so much. Thank you. I really appreciate you. And you've been rocking with me since we started this live, about an hour? We're going an hour and a half now, y'all. Thank you. Okay, so I have reached the end. All right, it says both of my children are mixed and most of my friends are Black mothers, and I share your channel with them to let them know. I meant to put it up there. I share your channel with them to let them know all the cases of lost and murdered Black women that is really happening. Thank you so much, Amanda. And Amanda, you also have been here since I started the live stream this evening. So thank you so much for rocking with me tonight. I know you all could be doing a lot more things, but you are here, and I definitely appreciate every single one of you. Let's see. Thank you so much, sister girl. I so appreciate you joining me tonight. Like I said, it takes a village, okay? Just like it takes a village to raise kids, it takes a village to get these stories out here. There's no competition over here. The more, the merrier. Let's unite and get these stories out here. So I'm definitely looking forward to maybe collaborating in the future. Reach out to me if you ever have any pointers. I definitely will reach out to you as well. So please keep in touch. and join me on another live if you don't mind. I definitely appreciate the conversation. Thank you, Ming. No, Ming, I really appreciate you. I love your vibes. I love your vibes too. I'm all about organic, easy vibes. I know this is a serious situation, but you know, this is our safe space to talk about it. Oh, hold on. Someone just said T4 Change. Where have you been, honey? Yes, they found her 2 days ago, actually. They found her in Harlem. So she was staying at homes in Jersey, and then she eventually made her way to Harlem. The final location they found her was in Harlem. She was staying at a domestic violence shelter. During that time, she cut off all of her hair in order to not be found. So completely disguised herself. But yes, she has been found. The mother was arrested. The child never made it back home. She went straight into custody, the system, I guess you could say. And she's finally able to talk about what happened. She confided in the police officers that her mother abused her. She pulled her braids out. She hit her in the head with a frying pan, sprayed bleach in her eyes. She stabbed her in the shoulder to the point that she had an open wound on her shoulder. And she also pushed her down on the ground and had her knee on her neck to the point that she could not breathe. So, yes, that is, in a nutshell, that is everything that has been going on with this story. Let's see. Yeah, it's definitely a lot going. It's definitely got a lot going on with that preacher. Don't get me started on that. Yeah, I do too. I believe everything. All right, FBA Goddess. I see that you're trying to join. Make sure your mic and your camera is turned on. Your mic and your camera has to be turned on. All right, let's see. And I was actually going to drop a video tonight about another case, but I know it's late now, so no one's probably going to watch it. So I'll wait until tomorrow to drop it. Let's see. I have a bunch of cases actually, but I always do one a day. Oh, and for my original followers or original subscribers who, again, love the original format of my videos, when I had more time to do so, I do have a video coming up that is narrated by me where I go into great level of detail about the victim's life, her background, her upbringing, her family life, and what led up to her demise. So look out for that as well. All right. So I'm going to give FBA about 5 more minutes. Thank you, Humbly Melanated, for understanding. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right. So Katrina said, yes, I love your videos, all of them, but I miss, oops, hold on. She says, yes. And Katrina let me tell you, I know Katrina has been rocking with me since I first started this channel. I know for a fact, because I used to see her name under my comments. So again, Katrina, I know that you all love when I narrated the videos. And I hate the fact that my schedule is so busy now with working. Just a little bit of background. I'm not sure if anyone heard on the last video, but initially when I started this channel, it was during COVID. I was teaching virtually. So I had time to kind of sneak off the computer and really dive into the cases and look up the victims' backgrounds. And I was actually the one that was narrating the stories. And I would give great detail on the victims' lives, their upbringing. I would show pictures and kind of just, it was like a video memorial of their life. If you go back to a lot of the older videos, you'll see how my original format used to be. And that series is actually called Black Girl Unlost. And I made it into different episodes. So just to clarify, that has not gone away. It's just you have BGU News, which is Black Girl Unlost News, which is more so news clips that still convey what happens to a victim if I'm unable to get like a in-depth background of their life. And then you have Black Girl Unlost, the actual episodes. Those are the episodes where I'm narrating and I go deep into the victims' lives. So those are two separate things. And that's what I was always trying to make clear. The BGU's News has not taken the place of Black Girl and Lost, the actual episode. They're two different things. But because I'm back in the classroom now and it's not summer vacation, I still have to lesson plan. I still have to come home and grade papers. So because I still want to get the stories out there, it's a lot easier sometimes for me to still format the news channels where I still put them, the news footage where I still put them in a way where it still is in chronological order and you can still see the progression of the case. But my biggest job with this entire channel is to get the stories out there. So I really apologize that I don't have as much time as I used to go in depth with the cases like I used to, but I promise you I am finishing up one right now. And I promise I will try to get at least one a week or one every other week for you guys. I promise. Okay. So thank you so much for being patient. I really appreciate it. And again, if you want to see the old format or the old episodes, you can go all the way back. I have about 22 episodes that I did that are all narrated by me. Let's see. Thank you, Katrina. You are the best. Appreciate your support. SH, I'm always up late watching your channel. Thank you, SH. Thank you, Lady T. I appreciate you, Queen. Thank you, Jay Smith. I appreciate you. Thank you, Danny, for understanding this. Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate you. I really appreciate that. Let's see. All right. So if the mother was abused, so what I was, and I kept eagle eyes on. My baby's doing the opposite of all the abuse. And exactly. If you know better, then you teach someone to do better, right? I knew I had to protect my babies and I didn't trust no one. Exactly. You teach them so that they don't go through what you went through. You don't do the same exact thing that you went through. That's obviously the mother has clearly went through some type of abuse. That's very obvious. Her behavior is it's not normal. All right. Natural Hair said, well, I'm not new then. I've been watching those episodes since last year. Thank you, Natural. Actually, Natural Hair, you definitely aren't new because I've seen your comments under some of my older videos. All right. Okay, so if I'm gonna put it down here one more time. If no one else would like to join, so I know a couple of you asked for my Cash App. I just put the link to join, and I'm also dropping my Cash App. I know some of you asked about that as well, so there's both of those. Also, guys, came up with a little project. I'll put it up here really quickly. I'm not sure if you guys have seen some of my posts with the Bonafide Black Woman project that I was working on. So we know the word bonafide means basically to be real, to be genuine without any type of deceit. It's just a wordplay. The B's Bonafide Black Woman. So support it, great. If not, totally understand. I just appreciate you all just supporting the channel. So again, it's just a little project I was working on. And I'll go ahead and just pull that up really quickly. And then if no one else wants to join, we can go ahead and end this for the night. I'll double check though to make sure no one else wants to join. So let me just log in here. And then I will not hold you guys up any longer. I appreciate you all for staying on here this long. All right, so all right. And I will be making more stuff. I know that I don't have followers who are all Black women, so please don't take this into offense. It's literally something that I just came up with, but I will be making more stuff that will appeal to everyone. So let me go ahead and show this, and I'll just breeze through it. I'm not going to spend a long time on it. All right, so these are the, this is like the brand I came up with. Again, the word bonafide means to be real, genuine with any type of deceit. I consider myself a bonafide Black woman. I consider myself to be extremely real. I'm extremely genuine, very transparent. So these are the hoodies. If you have a husband, a boyfriend that you also would like to purchase one for, we also have those. I also have sweatshirts. This actually should not be, and I'm so unprofessional for this. I apologize, guys. You know, I'm very transparent. I messed up right here. This should not be $42.99. It should actually be $37.99. And I'll go ahead and change that. I don't know why it hasn't updated yet. But you have mugs, you have a bag for those who like coffee, drinks. You have a tumbler, you have some t-shirts. Okay, so that's, yep, boyfriend tees. You have a V-neck tee, sweatshirts, hoodies. All right, so I won't stay on that too long. All I do is go ahead and drop this in the chat. And I'm actually giving everyone 15% off because I was so, thank you for everyone who supported the first day. Like I really, y'all went hard for me. I appreciate that. Thank you. So just as a thank you, I'll drop this in the chat. You can use code Bonafide 15 for 15% off of your order. And they come fairly quickly. I had some subscribers tell me that their packages came in like 4 to 5 days after they ordered. So it won't take long. I know I had a bulk order the other day for Christmas presents. So I think she said that those all came in. She ordered about 10 of them, and those came in, I believe, she said 5 to 6 days, something like that. But it doesn't take long. So I put the link in the chat for the store if you want to support. And thank you, SH. Enjoy your night. Thank you, sister girl. Appreciate you. Thank you, Olivia. Thank you, Gigi. Thank you, Lady Tia. All right, guys. So I think that is it. I'm going to drop the live link one more time. And if not, we can all head out for the evening. Oops. And again, I will be doing this more often. I definitely love interacting with you guys. Thank you, Sydney. I appreciate you for your support. I was thinking that, Danny. I was thinking that. I was thinking that. I might play around with that tonight. Oops, I didn't mean to hit that. I meant to hit this. Sorry. I was playing around with that yesterday. So thank you, Danny. Maybe that's my confirmation I need. Thank you. I see what I can do. Let's see. All right. So if no one else has anything else to say, I appreciate every single last one of you for rocking with me tonight. It was a good night. We've been on here for almost 2 hours, y'all. Almost 2 hours. So hopefully we can make this a thing. I'll definitely try to go live once, maybe twice a week. Yeah, so keep watching, keep supporting. As always, if you have any cases that you would like to see, please never hesitate to send an email to, and I'll actually put it up on here. I'm very simple, guys. Everything will always be Black Girl in Laws. Black Girl in Laws is my Cash App. Black Girl in Laws is the email. Very transparent. All right. So if you ever have any cases or story suggestions, or if you want to tell a family story, if you want to tell the story, if you're a family member of a victim, please do not hesitate. Those are the most organic and in-depth. I love when I can really talk to the family, get their input, have them have their voices featured in on the video. I love that. So again, I'm here to help. Oh, FBA Goddess, are you trying to, okay. She's gone again. I'm not sure what's going on, but she's trying to join. She's been trying to join for the last, I think, 30, 40 minutes, but it's not coming up for some reason. Thank you, Olivia. I appreciate it. It has been a great 2 hours, hasn't it? We had fun. I appreciate you guys just stating your opinions. I got to meet some more Black content creators. I love it. My aunt was a survivor of Alton Coleman. Oh, wow. Katrina, you can list Katrina, you can definitely email me if you would like to talk more about that offline. You can definitely email me, please. And she has my name, Tamika, and spells it the exact same way. I'm definitely glad that she survived that. I feel like I've heard of that story. Was that the one with the serial killer and the woman fell out the house? Or she jumped out the window? I'm not sure. I know there's I come across a lot of very strange cases, but we can definitely talk offline about that. Jabella, hey, how you doing, Jabella? I've seen you in the comments as well. I have a close family friend that was murdered in DC in 2011. I think that was a story that you were telling me about in the comments. Her grandfather went to check on her at the apartment or something like that. I saw your comment about that. Please, yeah, you can definitely email me. Good evening, Saba. Oh, okay. Okay, got it, Katrina. Okay. I definitely misread it. Yeah, that was a serial killer. I knew I was right. Okay. Yep. Yep. Okay. Yeah, so Jabala, you can definitely email me and we can talk more about that. But understand this, guys. If you email me a story and it doesn't have like a great deal of detail, I probably won't be able to really narrate much because you know what I mean? If I don't have a lot of details, then I can't really narrate it. But we can talk offline about that. All right. So is there anyone else that wants to join the chat? If not, we are going to call it a night so that everyone can watch their shows for the evening, get ready for work. All right, guys. I think that's it. I hope everyone has an amazing evening. And I was going to drop a video tonight, but I'll go ahead and save it for tomorrow. Okay. Thank you guys so much. God bless. Remember, as always, positive vibes and take care of yourselves, guys. Mental health is important. Peace.